out we shall. We'll be starting things off on Newkirk Precinct. Actually haven't seen this map at all, really, today. But here we are, so close to the end. Spawning as the blue Protoss on the bottom left side of this map is going to be playing for Neurosoft. It is Welmu. And the guy in the bottom right, who has sent a very early probe out, is attempting to distract his opponent with chat, it seems. Is playing for Wasp. Tarrantius. Oh, Jarasar, this probe.
Well, it's a very early probe, and they are, to be fair, saying that it's a shame that they have to meet, but I think any sort of good nature between these two players may disappear at some point soon with this proxy gateway style we have coming out of here from Tarrantius. Let's see what he can get done. Welmu, in the meantime, of course, completely oblivious to it, hasn't scattered out of his base just yet.
I just want to remark on how brilliant it is once again. You know, it's like you ever play a ladder game and you're just going and you recognize the guy. He's like, oh, what's up, man? And I'm like, oh, not that much. You know, just chilling. And the next thing it's like, oh, okay, my own SCV is going to be sent to build that a little bit late. And then the next thing you know, you've got, like, you're getting proxy racks or something. And then everything just dies. And I love that Tarrantius is doing this aggressive play. He's only going to proxy one gateway, interestingly enough. So this is not a complete full-on cheddar. But if it does get scouted, it won't be able to do anywhere near as much damage as it should. Welmu going for double gas. This is actually pretty interesting that he's only proxied one gateway.
It is indeed. The cybernetics core is going down for Welmu now as Tarrantius starts to chrono boost that first zealot. Let's see what he's going to do off the back of this single gateway. It's a little bit surprised he didn't go for two, but he's just going to be chrono boosting out zealots like his life depended on it right now. A second gateway coming out from Welmu, and he hasn't started his first zealot, which could be detrimental here. It looks like he wants to wait for his core to finish and maybe go for 3 stalkers to start off with, but at least 2 zealots are going to say no to that early on.
Yeah, skipping the zealot, you know, and most pros players don't get it. So it does make sense. We have seen a lot of players skip that today. But now there's a probe and 2 zealots heading over into his base. And I will say, okay, very, very smart move by Welmu to immediately throw that pylon down by the gateway. Those zealots could try to target that down. But now the zealots are getting on top of these probes, and they are going to start doing a good amount of damage. He hasn't really killed too many just yet, but now he's really starting to dig into them. The first stalker is out, but has Tarrantius done enough damage already? 5 probe kills, not a crazy amount considering he did go for a proxy, who manages to get a 6th and a 6th. I don't think this was that bad in all honesty.
7 worker kills so far. The worker supply is currently 20 to 15 in favor of Tarrantius, and he is building another gateway back at home. So he hasn't proxied 2 gateways. This hasn't been completely and utterly throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at you. And he's even brought a stalker out to stave off that first stalker from Welmu. He's going to be able to get his second one out as well and try and delay the amount of time Welmu takes to get down the ramp and pick off those buildings. In the meantime, though, we have got a mothership core from Welmu sneaking across the bottom of the map.
Yeah, I like this play a lot. It's going to force Tarrantius to keep something at home. And since his gateways are not even yet complete, it is going to give him a little bit of trouble, especially since Warp Gate's so far away. He is very far from getting another stalker out, actually. But his stalkers are going to run into the main base, Jarasar.
Alright, so they're going to try and get a little bit of damage done. 2 stalkers are going to push them away. One of the stalkers completely got on shields, and it is a 3 versus 2 situation, so they will be forced to move out. The mothership core in the meantime trying to get some probe kills of its own, and succeeding in getting a few as well. There is nothing back home to defend for Welmu. For Tarrantius rather, and Welmu, he's actually getting up to, it's now 6 workers killed and on the borderline of getting a 7. This is not good news because that basically eliminates the damage that the proxy gate initially did, and he's going up to 8 as well. Welmu doing an incredible amount of damage here.
Yeah, he's seriously evened up this number of workers killed, and also he's going to be able to shut down one of Tarrantius' gateways on the left side. A ton of damage being done.
This is, I think this is borderline unrecoverable by Tarrantius right now. This Mothership Core has 10 kills and is an instructor. Tarrantius desperately trying to get a Stalker in place to kill it off. I think he might just be able to do it. It's going to be very, very close. It can take, I think, 3 more. No, and the Mothership Core just gets away as well. So 10 worker kills means that the current count is 23-17 in Welmu's favor, and the proxy gateway is no longer powered as well. Welmu's army supply is 18 versus the 10 of Tarrantius, and he may just be able to walk straight up here.
Yeah, Welmu just has such a big Stalker count lead. He also has, of course, those 3 gateways at home. He has a lot more production available than Tarrantius, who now, well, he's getting a 3rd, or I guess you could call it a 4th gateway, but he only has access to 2 right now. And with the Twilight Council, I mean, he could try to hold off and go for DTs, but I don't think he's got too much to stop this. Tarrantius retreating as far back as he can. Mothership Core is not even there, and he is just going to take so much damage. Mothership Core using the Time Warp on those Stalkers. And he can just kite these probes all day and then just pick the Stalkers off. There's just too much here for Welmu.
Yeah, and the retreat path is actually going into more Time Warps as well. Not going to help at all. GG. And